To the students, faculty, staff, alumni, and friends of Clayton State University, I want to welcome you to my inaugural State of the University address. I owe everyone a great deal of gratitude for the warm welcome my family and I have received since joining Laker Nation on July 1st. We are thankful for the numerous formal and informal interactions with so many of you, which afforded us the opportunity to gain a deeper understanding of what it means to be a Laker. And so on behalf of my lovely and dedicated wife, Jamila, and one of Locke's biggest fans, our daughter, Kaylee Grace, we say thank you. Thank you for making us members of Laker Nation, and thank you for allowing us to be part of the exciting things to come here at Clayton State University. And today we celebrate our past and present, those successes, while envisioning the heights we can reach through a shared vision for Clayton State University. And as we pause to celebrate this historic moment, I must acknowledge my appreciation for the arduous work of all members of Clayton State family as we navigate these unprecedented times in a manner that makes us proud. Together, we continue to do more than survive. We are thriving. And I say our university is thriving because we find innovative ways to overcome obstacles before us. Our university remains resolute in offering an affordable, accessible, and high-quality education to more than 6,800 students. We embrace challenges and mitigate them before they become problems that have the potential of derailing our commitment to our mission. And overall, we continue to thrive during this time of adversity. That is significant because the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reminds us that the ultimate measure of a person is not where the person stands in times of comfort and convenience, but the ultimate measures of a person is where the person stands in times of challenge and controversy. Our ability to thrive through challenges is a testament to the grit and resilience of Laker Nation. Furthermore, each of us are better because we have a deeper appreciation and understanding of how our individual part plays a substantial role in the overall success or failure of our university. I remain humbled by the confidence bestowed upon me as the 5th president of Clayton State University. This humility is a derivative of the necessity to build on the solid foundation laid by President Downs, the expansion of the vision under President Skinner, the innovation of President Hardin, and the steadfast leadership of our beloved President Emeritus Hines. Our institution is strong because of these visionaries, and it continues to flourish because of each of you. Each of you play a significant role in where our university is as we continue to grow. And for the past 52 years, we have stood resolute as an institution. And if our past is an indication of our future, we all can stand proud as we proclaim the best is yet to come. And see, I know this to be true because for the past 125 days, or 3,000 hours, or 180,000 minutes, or 10,800,000 seconds, I've had the opportunity to witness firsthand what makes Clayton State University special. From my interaction with internal constituents, external stakeholders, and countless alumni, I know that we collectively have a desire for Clayton State University to flourish. I know we are poised to do great things because I witnessed the academic excellence of our institution as faculty members gain international acclaim in the field of business, while others receive recognition for mentorship and dedication to student success. Our nursing faculty continue to serve at the forefront of the COVID-19 pandemic, by securing more than $1 million in grant funding to help increase knowledge of vaccines and increase the vaccination rate of individuals from socially economic disadvantaged communities. The College of Information and Mathematical Sciences is launching a cybersecurity degree so business in the region can tap into the local talent pool. And members of the College of Arts and Sciences secured a grant to increase the participation of Black males in STEM fields. And the College of Business, through our CREST team, recently produced an economic development plan for Clayton County to identify opportunities where the county can flourish. See, I know that we are poised to do great things because of the outstanding accomplishments from our students. Our student athletes exhibit how it is just as important to excel in the classroom as it is in competition. See, these young men and women won the Peach Belt Conference President's Academic Award for 2 consecutive years, while 2 student athletes were recently named the National Division II Player of the Week. And it brings me great joy to say that one of these 2 students was the first female soccer player in the history of our program to accomplish this monumental feat. That's because our student athletes and AmeriCorps students continue to serve as the epitome of servant leaders, as indicated by the national acclaim received by both entities for community service hours they earn. See, AmeriCorps alone amassed over 1,200 hours of service, while our student athletes sit atop the NCAA Teamworks Challenge Division II leaderboard for their commitment to service. And I know we are poised to do great things because I recognize that the achievements of our faculty and our students are only possible because of the dedicated support and leadership provided by the staff that remain steadfast and resolute in their commitment to enhancing our university. From implementing plans to safely return to campus during the pandemic, to providing virtual advising, tutoring, and counseling services to our students, our staff continue to represent what it means to be a Laker. And understanding the significant role that we must play in the welfare of our communities, I am proud to announce that staff from the Center for Continuing and Professional Education, along with the School of Nursing, have partnered with the University System of Georgia and the Georgia Department of Public Health to lead a statewide initiative called the COVID-19 Health Equity Navigators Program that facilitates training and discussion on health equity and barriers that prevent community engagement. The dedication of Clayton State staff is noteworthy. You often extend your energy and talent to pull together resources needed to provide the best educational experience for our students. Some may believe your tireless commitment oftentimes goes unlooked, but please know that I recognize all that you do, even when asked to do more with less. Simply put, without your dedication, without the dedication of our staff, we would not be the institution that we are, and we would not have the ability to achieve the unprecedented heights we aspire to witness. I know we are poised to do great things because I have been informed of the 100% increase in the dollars donated by alumni over the past 3 years, and the 150% increase in alumni attendance at events over the same period. Hundreds of our nursing alumni were on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic the past 18 months and assisting numerous patients and families during these challenging times. and hundreds of others have been working for local and national nonprofit organizations to help their local communities by delivering meals, building homes, and providing emergency housing assistance. I want to pause and say thank you, Laker heroes. Thank you because each of you embody what it means to be a Laker, and you are setting an example of excellence for future alumni to come. Not only do you give of your time, you also give of your treasure, because alumni and friends also helped us witness a record fundraising year for fiscal year 21. These efforts propelled us to surpass the $12 million goal of the last comprehensive campaign, reaching nearly $15 million raised. And so as I think about these accomplishments, as I think about everything that the faculty, staff, alumni, and students have done for Clayton State University, again, I have no doubt that we are poised for greatness. Being selected as the first African-American president of Clayton State University affords me the opportunity to introduce myself to our community. And while I will not attempt to downplay the historic nature of being the first African-American president of this prestigious university, or being one of 9 African-American presidents in the university system of Georgia, please know that I do not take this season in my life for granted, because I remind myself daily that to whom much is given, much is expected. My commitment to each of you is that I will strive to meet and exceed your expectations daily, while I want to inspire all members of Laker Nation to commit to this same goal as we provide educational opportunity to our present and future students. I challenge us to commit to this goal, because the reality is no individual, president or not, can move us forward as an institution that has the capacity to transform lives in South Metro Atlanta, our state, our nation, and throughout the world. From my humble beginnings in the southern coalfields of West Virginia to the lessons learned through my service as provost and vice president of academic affairs, I know of the transformative impact that higher education has on lives. You know about my story, so I will not bore you with the details. However, I will say that my past, coupled with my present experiences at Clayton State, has me enthusiastic about what we can do as a university. I mention these experiences because on day one, I admitted to my cabinet and direct reports that I know enough about our university to know that I do not know enough about our university. Thus, I embarked on a 100-day journey to learn everything I could about where Clayton State University is, while striving to envision where it could or should go. And I'm thankful for the work performed by the transition team convened to help me gain a better understanding of the university. And it's no secret that some question why certain individuals were part of the transition team while others were not. In the end, I'm grateful for each of the members of the transition team for answering my personal phone call to them to ask them to serve. And the transition team members embarked on a journey that many honestly questioned at first. But one member who has a long-standing relationship and understanding of our university remarked that the process generated a greater, deeper appreciation of how the perception from certain levels of the institution may be inconsistent with the viewpoints of others that comprise it. This heartfelt and unsolicited feedback was not a condemnation of any individual or division of our university. Instead, it was confirmation that the listening sessions, one-on-one meetings, and countless emails were all worthwhile because we opened the lines of communication in a manner that allowed all members of Laker Nation to be heard and felt while fostering a true sense of transparency. I listened intently as faculty, staff, students, alumni, and friends recounted the exhaustive list of wonderful things about our university. Several interactions impacted me emotionally as some expressed sentiments of how we could be a little bit better in how we treat each other. And after more than 700 interactions in 100 days, I believe in a short amount of time, we are more transparent, more collaborative, and I have no doubt that we all understand that we can be better tomorrow than we are today, if we simply make the commitment to do so. And so I must admit that the most challenging thing about sitting through these engagements was remaining true to my original commitment of remembering why I was blessed with 2 ears and only one mouth. The fact that I needed to listen twice as much as I speak. If I wanted a true understanding of how I could provide a vision to move our university forward. And through countless meetings and extensive deliberations, our transition team produced a 21-page report that I encourage each of you to read in its entirety under my section of the website. That report identified 7 recurring themes: campus culture, communication, employee morale, internal processes, online learning, resource allocation, and the university brand. And when I think about these themes, I think about what they mean to us as an institution. And when you think about campus culture, I think about the notion that we all came together on August the 3rd, faculty and staff, not faculty or staff, but faculty and staff. We came together to start having conversations with each other. And it's through those conversations that I realized that there was a necessity to bring about deeper collaboration in order to change the culture. And so we've made concerted efforts for academic affairs, student affairs, enrollment management, and student success to be more dependent upon one another as we look for ways to strengthen the student experience here. See, as a campus culture, I went through and I stayed for a week in our residence halls. And through staying in our residence halls, not only did I have the opportunity to see what students do, but I got an opportunity to live with them too. And I met a couple of them on the pool table. And to say the least, I won several games. But through that experience and everything that we did, I was able to grow an appreciation for what our students experience, but I also was able to grow an appreciation of what they still deserve. I took time to ride the MARTA and Route 139 to make sure I understood how students get to and from class. Speaking of class, not long ago, I was walking through Main Street and I came across a small child who was sitting outside of my conference room. And I saw a sign above that child's head that simply said, "I'm okay. I'm sitting here because my mother is in class right now. Please do not talk to me because I've been instructed not to talk to strangers." And that little girl sit there intently, coloring, doing her homework, because her mother, one of our students, could not get childcare that day. she had to come to class so that her mother could get a quality education. And when I think about these experiences and I think about this, I know that it is the culture of our campus. We are a caring campus, but we need to care a little bit more. We need to think about the traditions of our campus, and we need to pause and build new traditions while resting upon old. I think about the theme of communication, and I realize that there is an opportunity for us to be better about how we communicate, when we communicate, and who we communicate to. The opportunity to come through and have strategic alignment with our communication that allows us to talk with one another, not to each other. And it is through this type of engagement and this type of communication that we've been able to launch new initiatives like our beginning of the month HR outreach that simply tells us who are the newest members of the Laker family. I think about the theme of employee morale. And I sit during the listening sessions and I heard about tragedies that have struck our campus. I've heard about how people have felt. And I've also heard about the things that people want. And so we just want to do some simple things. So if you wake up and it's blessed to be your birthday, we're going to send you a little message. Not only are we going to do that, we're going to go out together to promote our health and wellness, taking campus walks where we are proud that our team here at Clayton State University walked more steps than any other team in the entire university system of Georgia. And through this, we will go through and continue to try to work together to generate the resources necessary to increase compensation, which is another key to increasing employee morale. I heard you talk about the internal processes and how arduous they are to get from point A to point Z in many instances. And so we've started with a list of about 60 processes that we are under review, and we will take these and transform them to find ways to be innovative and creative while increasing efficiency in how we do business. Our online learning, understanding that the wave of the future, as indicated by this pandemic, is to provide more online learning opportunities to our students, not only the present students, but the future ones too. And so I've asked our interim provost and vice president for academic affairs to embark on this academic transformation process that will look at our academic degree offerings, ask ourselves, engage internal stakeholders in conversations about what we need and how we need to do it to provide the appropriate academic resources and degree programs that our students need, want, and deserve. I also saw the theme of resource and resource allocation. And this, members of Laker Nation, is probably one of the most important things that we must immediately change. We started understanding that our role in this region is significant in terms of the economic growth and development. And so when we came together with the counties of Clayton, Fayette, and Henry, we came together as an opportunity to ask ourselves, how can each one of us work to ensure that the future is brighter for our counties than they are today? And through that, we've engaged and embarked on some phenomenal fundraising things. Again, we've gone through and we've raised more money than projected. But right now, through private and federal grant opportunities, we have the potential of garnering more than $11 million worth of additional support for our university. And I know we can do that because we have already collected more than $600,000 from the Coca-Cola Foundation to help support our Coca-Cola scholars in these 5 pillars that we will utilize to prepare students today to be the leaders of tomorrow. And through that preparation, we must be steadfast in staying true to our PBI status. And because of our work on the economic front, because of the different engagements that we've had, I'm so thankful that at one point in time, the Department of Education let us know that we would not be eligible for our PBI funds. But because of our outreach, our work and service, we were able to engage our state senators. We were able to engage Senator Warnock and Ossoff in their offices, and they helped us get more than $450,000 of federal funds restored to Clayton State University, because we were not going to sit by and allow our students, the students of Clayton State University that deserves all the resources that they can get, we were not going to let those resources be taken away from them. And speaking of those resources, we will work ourselves to generate the resources that we need. And that's why we convened several weeks ago an enrollment summit that brought together more than 140 key stakeholders at the university to start to think about what we can do to eclipse the 7,000 student mark. We started thinking about what we can do to build a pipeline, leveraging our relationships with the superintendents of Clayton, Fayette, and Henry counties. We started thinking about what we could do to bring to life our articulation agreements, while also focusing on what we need to do to retain our students. Because we know that as we grow our enrollment, we dictate what our resources are, and then we can use those precious resources to sow back into this campus community. And last but certainly not least, you talked about university brand. University brand has been something that has resonated with me since my selection by the Board of Regents. And when I think about the university brand, I think about a moment when Shaquille O'Neal's mother, Dr. Lucille O'Neal, visited our campus. When she visited our campus, the first thing she said when she walked into my office, being a native of Henry County, the first thing that she said when she walked into my office is, "I thought this was a junior college." And throughout the morning, we introduced her to our students, and she realized who we are, what we do, and who we do it for. And at the conclusion of the meeting, there were tears in her eyes. There were tears in her eyes because she realized the transformative impact that we have on our students. And as we think about that impact, we think about the $292 million economic impact that we have on this university, in this town, in this region, and this state. Ladies and gentlemen, we must be unapologetic about who we are, what we do, and who we do it for. And I say that because now more than ever, it is time for us to move beyond the trees of Clayton State University. As 54 runs up and down the corridor, we must be laser focused on painting 54 orange and blue. And just to get us started, I'm so thankful to our friends at the city of Morrow and the city council, the mayor. So thankful that after much conversation and deliberation, when you get off of exit 233 and you see the large water tower here in Morrow, Georgia, it will say Morrow, Georgia, home of the Clayton State University Lakers. Ladies and gentlemen, these themes resonate. These themes resonate because through these themes, we must be focused on moving forward. These themes give us a framework by which we can build upon And so through these themes, we will go through and be steadfast and resolute in what we as Clayton State University will want to be. Members of Laker Nation, as I stand before you and offer this State of the University address, I am thankful that we are an institution that is not broken. We are an institution that can dictate our future, and we as individuals are the master of our fate. Now is the time for us to draw up the anchors that hinder our progress, because our new direction will, in many instances, be inconsistent with how we have always done things in the past. Now is the time that we subscribe to the vision of being, a vision of being the institution that believes beyond a shadow of doubt that if a student is good enough to admit, then the student is great enough to graduate. The institution that embraces the diversity of our campus and commits to meeting people where they are and helping them go to places never dreamed of going. The institution that leverages the expertise of our world-class faculty and the talented staff that we have to provide a transformative impact on society. The institution that is the cornerstone of economic growth and development in this region. So now is the time that we create the vision of being South Metro Atlanta's institution of higher education. And as we move forward with this vision, please know that we will continue to develop a culture of openness and collaboration aimed at enhancing employee morale. We will continue to listen to one another with the respect and dignity that we all deserve, while engaging more voices in robust discourse as we strive to not just do something, but focus on always doing the right thing. And the focus on doing the right thing should serve as the catalyst for the cultural paradigm shift that we need as an institution. And furthermore, to help channel our efforts moving forward, I worked with our business and operations team to set aside $50,000 for the launch of our new strategic plan in January. This new strategic plan will not be simple modifications to our current plan. I look to engage all university stakeholders throughout the process so that we are bold, we are innovative, we are visionary, and we are resolute, and most importantly, we are unapologetic about our vision of becoming South Metro Atlanta's institution of higher education. And through an additional investment of $100,000 in marketing and communication, we will embark on an aggressive campaign to tell our story. And part of this storytelling is to boldly embrace our PBI status as we double down on the educational opportunities for African American students, while aggressively recruiting more Asian American, Hispanic, and white students who want to live, learn, and play in a diverse environment that serves as a model for how students and society should come together in harmony while unifying under a common goal of being better tomorrow than we are today. And again, words cannot express how humbled I am to serve as your president. My humility, coupled with my hunger and desire to help guide Clayton State to its rightful place as South Metro Atlanta's institution of higher education, the vision and need for us to take the lead resonated through my engagement with the community. And now I know naysayers and skeptics may argue this vision is a monumental feat or a dream at best. However, Coach Vince Lombardi once said, the only time that success occurs before work is in the dictionary. It's time to get to work. The work we need to perform to make Clayton State University more successful is at the discretion of each of us. It is imperative that we focus on where we should go while appreciating where we have been. Now, more than ever before, it is time for us to define what it means to be a Laker. As I attempted to find a Laker, I read or printed history, but was unable to locate a definition. Then I did what we all do and turned to Google and asked, what is a Laker? And I received two simple definitions. The first described a Laker as a lake trout, or a Laker is a ship constructed for carrying cargo on the Great Lakes. Now, I believe these nouns fail to articulate who we are and what Clayton State University Lakers do. And so today, we will notify Google and tell the entire world that a Clayton State University Laker is not a noun, but we are a verb because we are about action. And from this day forward, we must define a Clayton State University Laker as one who rose diligently in unison to a common goal. So members of Laker Nation, I challenge each one of you to pick up your oar. I ask that you take these oars and you dust them off. And as you dust off your oar, I challenge each one of you to start rowing. Because we need to grow in unison as an institution. And it is through your dedication and your service and your commitment to rowing and helping us move forward that the state of our university is strong. But it will only get stronger if each one of us becomes steadfast and resolute in rowing and helping Clayton State University go to unprecedented heights. Thank you.